Hi, I'm Veronica. I am a life coach and I'm here today to talk about how to learn how to be loved. It's about figuring out how to have that ideal relationship where you can truly be loved unconditionally for you. And that really starts with being able to know that you are worth being loved. Now, this is important, especially if you are currently stuck in a situation where you are friends with someone and you know that there's potential for more, but you just don't know how to break through. It also applies to the situation if you've had a string of bad relationships in the past where no one can fully commit to you, no one can fully love you, and you want to know, what on earth am I doing wrong? It applies to really any situation of learning how to be loved. So one of the first things that you want to focus on is this idea of someone being able to be head over heels crazy in love with you. Now, if you've never experienced this before, or if you've experienced a lot of bad luck with this and never really experienced this before, you may not really know how this feels. You might see other people experiencing this and you wonder how on earth they can attain this, and you just haven't been able to. So one of the first things you want to do is try to not think of yourself as an outsider to the experience of love or being loved. You don't want to think of yourself as defective. You don't want to think of yourself as the black sheep, the person that doesn't get to experience love, that everybody else gets to experience love and gets to have that be a part of their life, but you don't. You don't want to take on that victim mentality. There is a way to be loved. It starts with being able to see that someone is capable of falling in love with you, so much so that they'd be willing to do just about anything for you. They'd be willing to do just about anything for you, to be so crazy about you that they think about you all the time, and you get so many text messages from them that you almost have to turn off your phone because it's getting overwhelming, that sort of thing. Like, what if someone could be that in love with you and to want to commit themselves to you in that way? It starts with being able to see yourself as that kind of person, as being able to be part of a companionship, be part of a love relationship. So you want to say, I am loved, I am worth being loved, I am capable of having someone be completely head over heels in love with me. Now, if you're trying to attract a specific person, try to still make these statements about yourself. It's not dismissing them or going general in any way, but it's placing the emphasis on you and your feelings about being loved, and that's exactly what you want to do. So that's why I made these statements centered around yourself and not centered around this specific person. The universe knows who you want, so you don't have to worry. So another great statement is, I am able to have a relationship that everyone else is jealous of. I am able to be loved. I am able to be admired. I am able to be loved unconditionally, even for all my flaws. Someone can love me even if I mess up. Someone can love me despite everything. Try to see yourself as actually having someone be able to love you, not as some sort of defective part of this world that's an outsider, that can't be loved, that everyone else can be loved except for you. And when you see other couples in love, say to yourself, well, that can be me too, instead of lamenting and thinking, well, I'm not part of that. But it's about getting rid of those stories in your mind that portray you as a victim, especially if you've had a string of bad relationships. Try not to replay those memories where someone put you down, where someone made you feel bad, where someone made you feel unloved. Instead, connect to the idea of being loved. And yes, loving yourself first is important, but also your idea of someone being able to love you, someone being able to be in love with you, someone being able to be romantically in love with you. Try to see yourself as more than just someone who is able to give friendship, but instead someone who is able to be given things like flowers, someone who is able to receive romantic gestures. Try to feel like someone could need you in this way as much as you need them. And again, center this around yourself. And no, that does not dismiss the specific person that you are trying to attract. But what it does is it takes the pressure off of things. You're focusing just on yourself and your feelings of being loved and being in love. Having someone actually reciprocate that love instead of feeling stuck, like you can never be loved, like you're this defective person, like, why isn't it happening to me? Why can't it happen to me? I know that once you change your idea of being loved, you actually will be loved. because I was never someone who was successful in relationships. I considered myself defective for many, many years. I just dismissed myself as being passed over, and I didn't know why I was being passed over. I thought to myself, well, I'm attractive, I'm kind, I'm loving, why is this happening to me? And I would sort of list all of the things I was doing right, but still saying it just wasn't working out. So there must be something wrong. And I kept thinking of myself as an outsider, basically the advice that I'm giving to you. And things finally worked for me in a relationship. Like, it hadn't worked in all that time. Like, no one truly loved me. It was always unrequited love. And I finally broke through when I started making these empowering statements. So I know these things work. And now my relationship is the most amazing thing in the world, which I am happy every single day for, and it's better than I actually could possibly ever have imagined. He treats me better than I ever thought I could be treated. I always thought that I'd be passed over, holidays, birthdays, just in love in general. I just did not think that it was possible for me to actually be truly loved. But I now know what it's like to be truly loved, and I hope that you can experience the same thing too, especially if you're struggling. Because being loved is a lot easier than you think. Just you get so caught up in this idea of playing all these old stories. Like, I would play all these old stories in my head. Like, when a song came on the radio that would remind me of a person from the past, I would remember how they hurt me and just feel sad. Feel sad about myself. Like, try to avoid stuff like that. It's so counterproductive. It's so awful. The second I just ditched all of those thoughts and all of those ideas, that's when things finally clicked for me. So it can happen for you too. So like I said, this works if you're currently in a friendship with someone and you're trying to break through romantically. It works just in attracting a specific person. Like, why is this person not loving me? Why are they incapable of committing to me? It even works in just attracting a relationship in general. It works on all levels. You gotta see yourself as being loved. I am loved. I am able to have someone be head over heels in love with me. Someone who can tell me, I love you. Like, I was always the one saying I love you and the person didn't love me back. Like, it was so pathetic. Now I have someone who loves me and actually really loves me. And that's an amazing thing. So I hope that you can have the same success. And I'm wishing you all the best. I am Veronica. Feel free to email me at veronicaisles@gmail.com. My website is veronicaisles.com. I offer one-on-one coaching, Skype chats, phone chats, text chats, all sorts of different communication. I just want to help you. So feel free to visit my website for more information. I also have 5 ebooks available on Amazon. 5 of them. Check them out. You can check out my forum, veronicaloa.boardhost.com. And I hope you have a wonderful day. Please subscribe to my channel. I'm open to comments, suggestions, anything you want to see that can better your life. I want to help make your life better. I hope you have a wonderful day.